I'm going to call the Star City Council meeting to order. It's Tuesday, October 17th, 2023 at 7 p.m. at the Star City Hall. I'd like to have you all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right. Tonight's invocation is by the Relief Society President, Ms. Christy Dyer of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So thank you.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're so very grateful to be able to meet here tonight and discuss our beautiful city. Please bless us with an open mind and kind words and patience, that we'll be able to do what's best. We're grateful for the wonderful fall weather we've had and for all of our many blessings. We pray for these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Roll call.
Nielsen.
Present.
Salmonson.
Here.
Chadwick.
Here.
Wheelock.
Here.
Hershey.
Here. All right. All here are here and present and accounted for. And we're going to move on to item 4A, presentation by the Parks, Art, and Beautification Committee for a donation from the Dog Bricks to the Hand and Paw outfit. We're going to have Miss Jennifer. We're going to come up here and give them the check.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Ryan has a microphone. Oh.
Yeah. All right. Well, Christina and Jason, please come on up. On behalf of the City of Star Parks Art and Beautification Committee, we'd like to present this check to you tonight for $1,661.67. And this is from the proceeds from the Dog Brick pathway that the committee and the city have installed. And so there's a number of bricks that people can purchase with their pet name on it in memory of them. And so a portion of those proceeds, we'd like to present to you tonight. So thank you very much. And then if you would like to say a few words, maybe we'll get a quick picture first, and then if you wouldn't mind just telling a little bit about Hand and Paw, that would be awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Stop.
Thank you. Awesome. Do you want to say something?
So just wanted to quickly say thank you, City Council, and also extend our thanks to the Star Parks, Arts, and Beautification Committee for obviously nominating us as one of the recipients of the proceeds here. Just to share with the community a little bit about ourselves, as Jen mentioned, we are a nonprofit registered here in Star, a registered 501c3. Our mission is to keep beloved pets with their pet families healthy and out of shelter. So the number one reason why pets are forfeited to shelters is financial hardship. And so we are providing aid to pet families facing food insecurity, financial hardship, people that are struggling to feed themselves, their human children, as well as their beloved animals. We all know from statistics and studies that pets are very important. So keeping that animal with the family is really key, I think, both for the health of the individual and of course for the animal itself. We work with a lot of organizations here within Star as well as our surrounding cities to really cast a wider net to help pet families in need. We help a lot of medical patients. So think about cancer patients at St. Luke's. We've helped many of them, individuals that have animals or on disability, they're low income. They need support to keep that animal, that source of love and companionship with them by their side as they're going through something very difficult. We help veteran referrals from Pets for Vets, the Boise chapter. They have a lot of therapy animals. And if they are struggling to provide for their animal, we step in and help them. We work alongside the food bank on a monthly basis. We help a lot of their patrons, and they There's people from all walks of life, senior citizens, people on disability, low income, temporary, job loss. It looks a lot different for many different families, but really our mission is to bless the animal and the family. And we also work very closely with Life Springs Church. Starting this year, Pastor Tim has opened up his facility to us. We host community pet pantry, pet food pantry and supply days where a lot of people in the community in need, facing food insecurity, they come, we provide pet food supplies. We also have a medical grants program where through donations from the community, if there's an animal in an emergency situation that needs medical support and the pet family does not have the resources, they can contact us. They go through an application process. We've been able to help many pet families either have immediate surgery or immediate medical care for their animal to help them get them through that difficult time so the animal doesn't have to be put down prematurely, they're not suffering. And really the family is suffering as well to have to watch that through their animals. So we have a couple of different services. We are a mobile organization. We're not brick and mortar. 100% of donations go directly to our operations. All of us are part-time. We do it out of our love for the animal and wanting to bless people that are hurting. So again, safety net organization, and we're very thankful for the city of Star that has kind of come alongside us and supported us with awareness and financial support as well. So if you want to find us, like I said, we're a real organization. We have a website. It is handandpaw.org. We also have links to our social media there, and you can see some of the stories, some pictures of animals we've helped. We don't put any individuals, none of the human families. It's completely private, but we do sometimes provide stories of the animal if we have consent, just so the community can see where their support is going and how we're helping people. So check us out. And if you want to come volunteer, reach out and we'll get you plugged in.
Awesome. Awesome. Want to say anything? No, she did a good job. So thank you guys for providing a great service to our community and to our furry friends on there. So you're taking that? Okay. It might not cash well. All right. Well, thank you there to Hand and Paw, and we're going to move on to item 4B. We have Captain Vogt with the Ada County Sheriff's Office to come here and give us the jail general bond presentation. And as you guys may remember, he's our former chief here in Star.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. My name is Jake Vogt. I'm the jail services captain for the Ada County Sheriff's Office at 7200 Barrister Drive in Boise. I am here to speak about our jail bond coming up. I'm also here to talk about the largest jail in Ada County. I'm sorry, largest jail in Idaho that serves all of Ada County, including the citizens of Star. It's no secret that Ada County's population continues to grow. The jail currently has 1,116 beds available. That is the same number that we had back in 2013. We haven't had any jail beds or infrastructure since 2013. Back then in 2013, the population of Ada County was approximately 416,000. Today it's 544,000. Compass estimates the next decade, Ada County will have well over 600,000 residents. We need to keep up. This shows a quick little timeline of the history of our jail. The current jail was completed in approximately 1977. That's when the whole Barrister complex, including the jail, was completed. At that time, it gave us about 160 beds. And you can see as population grew and there was different additions that we added. In 1995, we went up to 560 beds. That was actually the last time that we asked for a bond from the public. That was back in 1993, which led to the completion of the project in 95. In 2003 and 2007 and 2013, we added additional areas of the jail, which added some infrastructure and some beds. Those three expansions, we were able to do it with appropriation from the county, so we did not need to seek a bond for those three. And again, the last one being in 2013, that was our max unit, which brought our number up to 1,116 total beds in the jail. The last time we had any infrastructure for booking, kitchen, laundry, et cetera, that support and the warehouse was back in 93 to 95 was the last time we increased those areas. Ryan, if you could. So this is about a 4.5 minute video where Sheriff Clifford takes us on a quick tour of our jail and shows the different areas. You'll see our inmate property area and the kitchen and a few other areas. And that area was built to support about 560 inmates.
You hear it all. So, Captain, can we have a copy of this to post online?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? Okay,
Sure.
so we'll get it posted online. Thank you.
Oh, no, it's Thank you, Sean. So a couple things I wanted to touch on. The warehouse, currently it's about 800 square feet. And again, that was completed in 95 when we had about 560 inmates. We now have over 1,000 inmates up to a little over 1,100. We're out of room with that. We have to use our Sally Port for additional storage. We also have to rent public storage out in town to store some of our stuff. Because you imagine you got a small city of over 1,000 people. There's toilet paper, there's soap, there's various things. So the current warehouse is about 800 square feet. The proposed warehouse with the bond is about 10,000 square feet. In addition to the dry storage, like you saw there, it would also include a freezer storage and a refrigerator storage, which we currently don't have any except for the small refrigerator and reefers in our kitchen area. So if you buy bulk, it helps us out. And again, just touching on, all those infrastructures, the laundry, booking, the warehouse have not been increased or touched since about 1995. The question always comes up, what type of inmate do we house in our jail, misdemeanor or felony? Parts of these numbers were from 2022, the whole year, and then some of them was from 23. So I'll kind of break those both out. So in 2022, we had about 11,000 total bookings in that year. And during that time, 86% were here on felony charges. And in that time, about 6% were serving time. The rest were awaiting some kind of court procedure. Currently in 2023, up to date, our daily average population is about 1,005. And today, and I get daily, twice a day updates on population. The one that just came out about an hour ago is about 985. We had that's where we're at currently right now. In 2016, the average length of stay per inmate was about 21 days. Currently now, our average stay is about 47 days. And a number.
So no one can hear him when he asked the question.
The question was that because the court system was slowed down, and there's a number of reasons.
Yep.
We since about 1995, we started looking as an agency at some alternative ways of doing sentencing, to help keep people out of the physical jail itself. And currently, like I said, we have about 1,000 inmates in our jail. We have a little over 2,000 out of our jail that is participating in our alternative sentencing programs, pretrial release, community transition center, et cetera. So those 2,000 participants would have been in our facility prior to our innovative solutions that we came up with over the last 20 plus years. And then here's a short video, about 4 minutes, to discuss some of that alternative sentencing with our two managers. So again, those about 2,000 folks that we have on our pretrial misdemeanor probation and alternative sentencing and community transition center, those are 2,000 people who are able to, we keep them out of a bed in our jail, our actual secure facility. They have the opportunity to contribute to society. They're able to, some of them, depending on their programs, able to work, support their families, and be with their friends as long as they follow those court-ordered rules. This is a quick overview or a overhead view of what our facility looks like currently and also with the proposed infrastructure upgrades. So let me use. So the gray here is our current jail. This area right here is some administrative offices, but the gray here that goes through there and down to this pod right there is our current jail. The proposed area of new housing for beds is the, I guess, turquoise or bluish greenish. That is where the 294 beds would be. The yellowish color is the proposed about 10,000 square foot warehouse. And then the greenish color right there is the new transport area. Currently, and then the kitchen, if you can see the middle of the cursor right there, that's where the kitchen currently is. And then the booking area is about right there. That's where you saw the Sally Port, where the sheriff was talking about as the prisoners come in. The infrastructure proposed upgrade again affects booking, kitchen, warehouse, transport, and the new housing area of 294 beds. It also includes this road here that currently does not exist, but it would also be built to access off of Allenbaugh, if you're familiar with that area. That's now currently all of our semi trucks for deliveries, all of our prisoner transport for court have to go in our one and only main gate, come back through here and access either the warehouse or the
Hey,
transport.
can you grab that microphone and talk towards it? Yeah.
Sorry. That's where it currently is. With the proposed upgrade, again, all the semis for deliveries and prisoners going in and out for court transport would utilize this access road to Allenbaugh. The land to build the new dorm and infrastructure is, as you can see, right next to our current jail. Ada County bought that land last year and has already paid for design plans. So what is left currently is to pay for the construction. If approved, it would cost homeowners about $18 a year. That's based on $3.60 per $100,000 assessed value for property. And currently the median house price in Ada County is $500,000. So that brings us to approximately $18 a year based on a median price. So what's next? Election day is November 7th. We did make an additional public website where citizens can go to look for frequently asked questions, to get a lot of the information that I just did speak about. And that website is www.adajailproject.org. You can go to that website. Again, there's a long list of frequently asked questions. It discusses our alternative sentencing and community transition centers, and kind of some history of our jail, which brings us to where we are now. And that is some additional information on the approximate funding for the project. So with that, I have completed my presentation. I stand for questions.
Any questions of Captain Vogt?
Mayor Chadwick.
Councilwoman?
So I'm curious, do you have people that come in and you cannot, there's just not a bed for them? What happens to those people?
Councilwoman, Mayor, Council, thank you for asking that question. At one point in the video, I don't know if you saw people there, we call them temporary housing or temporary bunks. They call them, the inmates have nicknamed them boats because they're kind of concave and their mattresses stick inside. So if you saw along that little pony wall, those male inmates that were kind of lined up, that's what we end up having to do. If we don't have an actual normal bunk, we have to put them on those.
And
And we
how-
have those in various areas of the jail.
All right. So like how frequent does that happen? Is that
Daily.
pretty common? Yep.
The numbers fluctuate.
Yeah.
But we currently have some on those.
Yep.
And to better explain the total number, when you see 1,116 beds, but then I tell you that, you know, our current today, right now, as of an hour, was 985 inmates. Some of our housing, like I'll just use the example of our max area. There's 100 cells and they're 2-person cells. A lot of people who are housed in that area can't be housed with another person. And so they're kind of occupying 2 beds. And so the 985 versus the 1,116, just kind of wanted to explain that. Just doesn't mean we have an extra 100 beds that we can just put people in. And that's why the number we look for is 949 as far as the inmates, because that gives us that ability with our classifications unit to move people around for safety and security as their classifications go up and down.
So are there cases where, like somebody has to come in and serve their time and then you just have to wait until that bed becomes available? Is that?
If I understand your question correctly, Councilwoman, we still take them. He or she just sleeps in one of those temporary beds until our move list or our population adjusts as such, that we then put them on a hard bunk. So if I understand your question, asking if we maybe turn people away.
Well, so I haven't done jail time, but are there cases where people have to, say for a DUI or something, they have to come in and serve like 10 days or whatever that is. And maybe, is there a time where you just don't have the space? So you have to push that date out to accommodate, them to actually serve their time.
Councilwoman, Mayor, Council, we were able to house them and so they can serve their time. Sometimes we just have to put them on those temporary.
Yep. Okay.
bunks.
So you end up being over capacity for a period of time.
Yes, Mayor.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
Any further questions of Captain? No, thank you, Captain.
Mayor
And if we
Chadwick.
get those videos,
Mayor Chadwick, I do have a question.
sorry. Councilman Nielsen has a question for you.
Just curious, with the state of Idaho running almost a $2 billion surplus in the last year, was there any discussion or any negotiation with the governor's office or state legislators to find the $72 million somewhere within that $2 billion?
I believe those discussions have been made. I'm not aware of the status of those. They're kind of above my pay grade. But I know that there are those discussions.
Sure. Thank you. And this isn't for you. This is mostly for the public of Star. And, the council loves when I bring up House Bill 389, but I'm going to do it until it gets changed. But that House bill was passed on the premise that cities are raising property taxes too much. And the reality, the truth of the matter is, this doesn't have anything to do with the merit of what you're proposing here, because I believe this is, good for our community to do this. But the reality is it's bonds like this, it's school bonds and other infrastructure bonds across all sort of taxing districts that really compound our property taxes. So even though we enjoy some of the lowest property taxes here in Star, it's things like this that really drive that number. And that's what we need to send home to our legislators, that we need to unleash our cities, untie our hands so that we can fund police, so that we can fund fire, so that we can fund critical infrastructure and services.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Wheelock.
Two questions. As you looked at the bonds that were previous, and maybe you know this, maybe you don't, are they paid off or are they still being paid for
The last-
for the
apologize.
length? 20 years
Um,
after they were
the last one we had was in 93 and that has been paid off.
perfect. Thank you. The other question is, of that 216 beds or whatever's coming, would they be pulled out of alternative sentencing? Or would that be, how would those 216 beds be filled if they were currently available?
Thank you, Councilman, Mayor, Council. We believe that if we were to have that today, it would be filled. And a lot of our folks that are on the temporary bunks would no longer be on those temporary bunks. And by filled, I don't mean completely filled, but utilized.
Yeah, thank you.
So it won't impact the alternative sentencing.
I guess that's my question was, would the alternative sentencing people be not alternative anymore?
No, sir. Thank you for clarifying that question. No, they would remain alternative with those other, because we've seen the great success with that program. That program would continue to grow separately from our secure facility.
Do you have any, I assume in the presentation that's online, it has success rates or something to that effect?
Yes, sir. There is some links to our other website that does list that information, that does discuss the alternative sentencing
Thank you.
and other success rates.
Any further questions?
Mayor Chadwick, one more
Councilwoman?
question.
Yes, ma'am.
So just simple question. What happens if the bond does not pass?
Then we will come back next time we can and attempt again.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
I want to say thanks, Chief. but-
Let's know it's Captain. All right, we're going to move on to item 5, the consent agenda. I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilwoman,
I'll move that we approve the consent agenda consisting of item 5A, the final plat for Legato Phase 1, formerly North Star River Ranch subdivision. Item 5B, final plat for Cranefield Phase 2. Item 5C, September 19th, 2023, City Council meeting minutes. Item 5D, September 5th, 2023, City Council meeting minutes. And item 5E, the claims to approve.
okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'd second that.
We have a motion and a second by Councilman Hershey. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen,
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. We're going to move on to item 6, the public hearings with action items. 6A is the public hearing of the Falcon Storage. This one needs to be tabled on November 21st, 2023. We previously tabled this from a previous council meeting until today. So we need to have a motion to table it to November 21st.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman Hershey,
I move that we table to November 21st, 2023, the public hearing for Falcon Storage.
okay? We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and second by Councilwoman Solomon. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey.
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen,
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Moving on to item 7A. We need this is the ITD cooperative agreement for Star Road to Kenneata Road improvements on Highway 44. So ITD will accept this road and then they will send us some funds for some of the change orders that we had to do. I need you guys to approve authorize me to sign this ITD cooperative agreement for that project we completed, which by the way has been fantastic. We have seen some alleviation of some of the traffic backups during rush hour out here. So that's a good deal.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman Hershey,
I move that we approve the ITD cooperative agreement for Star Road to Can/Ada Road. And it has done amazing benefits to the traffic.
and authorize me to sign.
Yes, so moved, yes.
Yes, okay. All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilman Nielsen. Any further discussion? I just want to say that, this project was brought to you with that proportionate share agreements. It's that I will tell you, people in the state have looked at this project and it looks like there's others that are going to sign up on it, which is a great funding source, right? Really having growth pay for itself. So I just say well done on all of our parts on getting that completed. Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Nielsen,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
All right, that motion carries. Thank you. We'll move on to item 7B, the Star Middle School Pathway Project. Tim, you want to come talk to this one? Our city engineer up here to talk about the bid and notice of award that we would like to do on this project.
Mayor, members of the council, we bid
So just state your
The-
name and your
Tim
position.
Clark, Assistant City Engineer.
Thank you.
We had the bid opening for the middle school pathway last Wednesday afternoon. We advertised the project for the required 2 weeks. We received one bid for $280,000 to complete the work with the contract requiring them to complete the work by the end of the year will be substantially complete. Some of the work is pending. The Langtree Bungalows development that is tiling the foothill ditch that we'll be building our sidewalk over. We recommend that the bid be awarded to Pathways Concrete and Landscape LLC for $280,000. This is again being paid for by the grant that we received from LTAC for $250,000. So we're $30,000 over that, but it's still under what we expected it to be.
And I just to clarify on that as well, we budgeted $600,000 for this project in our this year's budget because we had that in there before we got the grant notice of award. So we're well under the budget with that $30,000 add. I'm sure there's probably gonna be some contingencies and stuff in there that we're gonna have to look at when they get into it, but you never know what that is, right? Yes, sir.
Just so that I guess part of this is connecting the sidewalk continuously all the way down to the corner, down to the other cemetery property.
Yeah, it's going to connect the sidewalk to the church on the east and to Langtree Bungalows on the west. Langtree Bungalows is connecting that sidewalk segment from Cold Place there to this location, and we're going to go all the way to that. So we'll have a highway frontage, or not highway, roadway frontage that will have sidewalk.
Church all the way to
And with this, I'm sorry.
the sidewalk will be, once this project's complete, we'll have a continuous sidewalk almost from Munger all the way to the LDS church and then north to the middle school.
And the beauty is ACHD has, they were excited that we were getting this done. We've been talking about it for a couple of years and finally we're able to get it wrapped up, the easements and whatnot. But they're looking at putting in one of those hawk lights there for children to cross the street with too, or pedestrians for that matter.
Where-
Flashing.
Where would you put that?
That would be right down there. They're determining the best location for that between the fire department and Plummer Road, the new fire station on Plummer Road.
Oh, so that,
So they're going to determine that location for that hawk light.
So currently
safety
the
needs.
American Star development has a pedestrian ramp that goes to Floating Feather. We have included a pedestrian ramp directly across from that on the north side of the road. So we would anticipate that ACHD would put the hawk light there, but we can't tell them what to do yet.
I was gonna say it went into the field with the sheep.
Yeah, it's exciting to get this done. It's been long coming. This is a win also for our kids, for our community, to get them off the road. You know, we had some situations, right, in the past where kids got hurt out there. So, okay,
Mr. Mayor,
yeah,
Ryan Morgan. city
Ryan
engineer
Morgan.
In the back. May I just add that although we only got one bid, this is concrete or path, whatever his.
Concrete Pathways and Landscape
Yes.
LLC.
This is the same concrete contractor that has done multiple projects for the city. We've got a great, we're working relationship with him. He did the splash pad, all the concrete work out at the splash pad. He did the work at Hunters Creek Park. He's done the work at Blake Haven Park. He's done a lot of the stuff at the dog park. He's actually doing the work out here in front of City Hall right now. He's doing the pathways throughout Freedom Park, which is the new park out by the River House. So even though we only received one bid, I just want to say that we are excited that he did bid the project. We would love to have him on board. And by awarding this project now, it allows us to move forward with that grant money, because if we don't use that grant money by
We lose it.
January 19th, we lose it.
okay. Any further questions on that? I'd entertain a motion to approve the contract and send out the notice of award.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Wheelock.
I move that we move forward with the Star Middle School Pathway Project and approve the bid to Concrete LLC or Pathway Concrete and Landscape Company LLC. And it's not to exceed 280,000.
Yeah, we'll have to come back if we have any changes to that. Yep. Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilwoman Solomon. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. The children of Star, thank you. Yeah, that's what he was saying. It's going to be first of the year. Yeah. All right, we'll move on to item 7C, the ordinance for the Willowbrook Annexation and Development Agreement. We had previously tabled this from October 3rd, as we had to have a correction in the legal description.
Mayor
So-
Chadwick,
Councilman Nielsen,
I move to introduce ordinance 388-2023, Willowbrook Annexation and Development Agreement, AZ 21-12 and DA 21-20. And that pursuant to Idaho Code Section 50-902, the rule requiring an ordinance to be read on 3 different days with one reading to be in full be dispensed with, and that ordinance number 388-2023 be considered after reading once by title only.
okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries on to approval of the ordinance.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman Nielsen,
I move for approval of ordinance 388-2023, Willowbrook Annexation and Development Agreement, AZ-21-12 / DA-21-20, and ordinance annexing to the city of Star certain real property located in the unincorporated area of Ada County, Idaho, more specifically located as described in Exhibit A in Star, Idaho, and contiguous to the city of Star. The property is owned by Willowbrook Development, Inc., establishing the zoning classification of the annexed property as residential with a development agreement of R2-DA of approximately 719.3 acres, directing that certified copies of this ordinance be filed as provided by law, providing for related matters, and providing for an effective date.
okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second by Councilman Hershey. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
No.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. On to item 7D, the eCamp map update. This is the update of the Star Economic Corridor Access and Roadway Connections Management Plan as recommended by the Star Transportation and Pathways Committee. So Ryan Morgan, would you come up and just talk to that, please?
So Ryan Morgan, city engineer. The majority of the changes you'll see to this eCamp map are based on discussions that we've had with the Canyon County Highway District Number 4. So most of them are on the Canyon County side of the city. There's a little bit of cleanup that we did with some lines that we had shown as existing that aren't yet. So we've changed them from existing to proposed, but that's just a little bit of cleanup on a couple of the roads. But mostly what you see is we've added a couple of roundabouts, or we've added a new symbol that says it will be either a roundabout or a street light. Or also there's 2 locations on Highway 44, one halfway between Canada and Blessinger, and then one halfway between Blessinger and Kingsbury, that those boxes right there that are basically stating controlled intersections, type of which to be determined. We don't know if those will be just right in, right out intersections, whether those might be some future weird design that ITD and Canyon County agreed to. But we are trying to get some kind of controlled intersection at those locations. We just don't know if we doubt there'll be stoplights, but there will be something at those locations in the future, whether that's 5 years or 20 years from now. So this map is now in agreement with Cannon County Highway District number 4's map that they have recently adopted. Their engineers are on board. And so the main reason for these was to bring the two maps in compliance. So when a developer meets with us or whether a developer meets with them, they're getting the same information from both jurisdictions. It's just a way for us to continue to work with the highway districts that have control of the roads within our city limits.
Any questions of Ryan? Besides your disdain for roundabouts, because that's going to be stuff that's discussed with Canyon Highway District 4 at a future time when they get there. Or ACHD.
Mayor Chadwick.
Councilwoman?
So in our packet, I just want to make sure, so there was 2 copies of this map. They had different dates. And so they both look similar. I think one was just the one that with their current date.
Yeah, the one
Tonight.
that's there now, that's the one that you want. They're identical other than the dates.
Yeah, okay. So I just want to make sure that there was no other
Yep.
changes on this one.
We
And-
thought we were swapping the one out and it looks
Yeah.
like we just added instead of replacing.
Got it. And then I did notice like in item number 5 in the notes, it says to reclassify Plummer Road and Pollard Lane between Beacon Light and State Street as a minor arterial.
Mhm.
But Plummer, let's see, between. it
Plumber's
doesn't go-
considered a collector.
Yeah, so is it Pollard Lane between Beacon Light and Floating Feather? Not, maybe I was just misunderstanding it. Pollard Lane between Beacon Light and State. So Pollard Lane doesn't go to State Street.
You're
right?
correct.
Can you,
can
Ryan,
we just
is there a way to move that public meeting room thing on there or move that down a little bit?
So I think in the note, we just need to change
No?
State Street to say Floating Feather. But otherwise, we've been reviewing this for a long time and I think that, all of our changes have been included on this map and I'm comfortable with approving it without one minor change in the note.
So Beacon Light and Floating Feather as a minor arterial. So we're going to do Pollard as a minor arterial.
So it should say between,
Talking right
it's,
there.
it's Pollard Lane between Beacon Light and it should say Floating Feather instead of State
Well,
Street.
we're also reclassifying, but we're reclassifying Plummer Road as a minor arterial.
It's Plummer and
Collector.
Pollard.
Both are being reclassified to our minor arterials. It
Yes.
just needs to be worded as such.
Plummer Road and Pollard Road.
She just doesn't want the
Between
Pollard.
Beacon Light and State. Basically, we're just saying those two
State.
roads,
Yeah.
Beacon Light and State are being classified as minor arterials. I know what you're saying. It's confusing. We just got to work on the
Yeah,
wording on
okay.
that.
Okay.
So if you'll just
It's
adjust
just, I
that.
bet it's the intent is there. It's stating exactly what
Yeah.
we're doing. So
Yep.
And
yeah.
get away with the roundabout.
That's a ACHD discussion.
I'm
Future.
comfortable discussing that with anybody.
Right. All right.
All right,
Any
so.
further
oh, go ahead.
questions? No, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilwoman?
I'll move that we approve this eCamp map update
Okay,
with the change that I noted.
okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second that.
We have a motion, a second from Councilman Hershey. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
All right, that motion carries. Thank you. We move on to the Star Transportation and Pathways Committee appointment. We did lose Mr. Steve Green here a couple months ago, I think it was, right? He resigned after spending several years on the committee. We do have a new committee member that wants to join us. His name is Mr. Steve Burton. And this is actually really good because he lives in the Canyon County side of our area of impact. He's not in city limits, so it gives a representative voice in Canyon County in our area in our Transportation and Pathways Committee. So I'd entertain a motion to approve Mr. Burton as an appointment to that committee.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Wheelock,
I would make a motion that we approve Steve Burton to join the Star Transportation and Pathways Committee.
okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, and a second by Councilwoman Solomon. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Awesome, thank you. We'll get that message out to Mr. Burton. All right, on to item 7F, we're at code update workshop. We are in the update mode right now of our city code. Sean, are you online? And just by the way, guys, Sean cannot attend tonight as he was,
Yes, I'm here.
he was exposed to the ugly word.
I've
COVID.
been exposed.
So we're making him do this online. So will you talk to us a little bit about the dates that you were looking at for this workshop? I know we discussed that, but
Well, Mayor, you wanted to have the ordinance completed sometime in December to be
correct.
brought up to the council for approval. So we would need to do something, a workshop probably in late November to early December.
Okay, so is everybody available what is it, the week of the 15th? 13th? 13th or 14th or 15th, somewhere in there? Of November, I'm sorry.
Is that late enough for you, Sean? That's kind of in the middle, not towards the end.
Well, but the end is Thanksgiving, so that's gonna be a hard time. We're gonna have to discuss that city council date anyway after this, so.
So we could do the 14th of November.
Is everybody's schedule open
Aye.
for that day?
Yes.
Me too. Yep.
Okay,
Remember, we're not having a meeting on the 7th.
right, because of election day.
So our next scheduled meeting is the 21st. So the 14th would be the week before our scheduled public hearing.
All right. Everybody good with that date?
Yes.
Okay. I know Hershey, his is always up in the air based on his job.
I am. I just thought you meant 13th of December. I'm like, no, I mean, you could meet me
Oh,
in the
no,
hospital.
we're not doing his and-
I'll be a bit drugged.
He says-
So
he says
we're gonna,
aye.
so Sean, let's plan on the November 14th for our workshop here at City Hall.
Okay.
We have an
Can
election.
we
Anything to do after an election?
do it?
Yeah, why don't we do
We
like
have a
the
ratification.
8th of November?
Well, that's on a city council meeting, not during a workshop, but we need to discuss that too real quick here, because so November 14th at 6:30, is everybody okay at 6:30?
Oh,
We can
yes.
Start earlier?
Yes.
Okay. November 14th at 6:30, Sean, for our code workshop.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Pizza.
So then we're going to go on to the city council meeting on that following week. I believe that's Thanksgiving week. And I believe a couple of you are out of town on that day. Is that correct?
Yes, I will be absent.
Is there any way one of you two can participate remotely?
I'll dial in.
Okay.
I won't last the whole meeting, but I'll dial in.
So we will have a quorum on that night then. We'll have 3, Sean, on November 21st.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So Miss Jennifer is doing her son is actually, he joined the Air Guard and it's going to be off to his training
Yes, that's right.
at that time. So that's the last family little vacation. So I completely get that, right, for that. David's going to be across country, but he's going to dial in for us.
I'll
on
be
that.
with in-laws, so I might need the break.
Yeah, he might need a break. That was
Is that my
his
outside
voice.
voice?
So we'll have that meeting on November 21st and Sean at 7 PM with 3 council members.
Got it. Thanks. everybody.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move it on to item 8A. This is executive session. Once we go into executive session, all members of the public and staff will exit. And we will come back in adjournment. You could all sit out there in the hall if you choose. when we come back from adjournment. So I'd entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman Nielsen,
I move that pursuant to Idaho Code Section 74-206F, we go into executive session to communicate with legal counsel.
okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second,
We have a motion, a second by Councilwoman Solomon. Roll call.
Hershey. Aye. Wheelock.
Aye.
Salmonson.
I.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries at 7:58 and we're in executive session.